The presidency owes Nigeria information. Nigerians asking after the president are right. And because the moment you assume such an office of the president, your life is no more private. So they should let Nigerians have information about the whereabouts of the president. At the same time, Nigerians too should be praying for the president. Should be praying for the president. Nobody has control over health challenges. The only thing that they are doing wrongly is hiding the facts from Nigerians. You cannot say I cannot be sick. But when I'm sick, because I am a public figure, I represent the interest of too many people. They must know where I am, what I'm doing, what's wrong. It is in the right of Nigerians to know.
I can say it without any equivocation. Mr. President is well, is hale, and is hearty. No question about that. But you see, on a lighter note, do you think, Mr. President, he will be ill and will be in danger? How of us will be going about our business like this? He was in Anambra 2-3 days ago. I was in Kwara, on Monday. All our ministers are busy, doing their work. But I want to assure you, Mr. President is well and is in absolutely no danger. We've had many things that we've had too. As a matter of fact, I think it's one of the newspapers that said, when I was a spokesperson for APC, I said that if we were in a situation like this, as Minister of Information, the Minister of Information ought to be giving, hourly bulletin on the president. And I said, we are comparing apples with the oranges. Mr. President is not ill. He's not in hospital. There will be no need to give anybody any bulletin about his health. Pure and simple.
Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed. Let's get perspectives on this matter. Senator Femi Okunromu, a former chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee at the 2014 National Conference, joins us now to discuss some of these issues today on the program. Many thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
You heard what the Minister of Information said, that the president is not ill. The president is ill and hearty. It looks so much conflicting, but I would like to ask you, what do you make of that statement?
I think Lai Mohammed is my very good friend. We are fellow progressives. I think we have been for a long time. But I think in this particular case, he's trying to have his cake, to eat his cake and have it. He cannot have it both ways. And I think what he was saying when he was in the opposition was more correct than what he is saying now.
Maybe he's politically correct now, and he's ideally correct then.
No, the truth is that a president is not a private citizen. A president, his health status should be public knowledge at all times. He is the #1 citizen of Nigeria. All the security of this nation is right on his laps. The president of any country cannot say his health is a private issue. His handlers are not handling it well at all. Right from the day he left the country on this medical vacation, as they called it, they did not handle it well. Yeah. They should have told us exactly what was wrong with the president, why he is traveling for this health vacation. What are this test is having in London? What are these tests for? Concerned with what particular ailment? In other words, if the U.S. president was sick, you will be getting this kind of hourly bulletin on his health status. You cannot tell us the president is not sick. The president himself, by telling us that he's going on medical vacation for 10 days when he was going, so that he was ill. By telling us that they've done a series of tests on him, he's waiting for the results still need to be followed up and so on. All this is evidence that he's sick. We all pray for him to be well. We all pray for him to be hale and hearty and return home. But as of now, he is sick. So the Nigerians need to be told on a continuous basis exactly what is wrong with him, what is his health status, how is he responding to treatment. If possible, let us read medical bulletins from the hospital where he is.
Okay, because some people will say there is perhaps no difference between 6 and half a dozen, and some people will say half of the truth, half of cup is half full and the cup is not full, perhaps are almost the same thing. When they say the president is not sick, and they say the president is still back there, he's extended his vacation. Do we need to be worried that some of this information, or we need to trust the... if you hear what the vice president, the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo says, that the president is okay, and again we hear today from the Minister of Information that he's okay, but the worrying part of it from some people is that why is the president staying back in the UK?
I'm saying that they are taking Nigerians for a ride. His handlers, whether it is the vice president or the information minister, they are taking Nigerians for a ride. This is not the way a president's health should be handled. This is not the way Nigerians should be informed about his health status. The president was gracious enough to admit that he is ill and that he is going for medical vacation. He is gracious enough and honest enough to tell us that he is still undergoing tests. The results of some of the tests are still being awaited. He needs to wait for the full results and the follow-up action before he can come back home.
If you are a president handler,
yes.
Senator Okoromo, if you are a president handler, as the president is away now, what would you be advising him to do to convince Nigeria, or to put all the fears, to allay the fears of many people who think otherwise from what the government is saying?
What he needs to do is what every president of any nation in the world needs to do. He needs to let us know, first of all, what is his ailment. Nigerians don't know for now exactly what his ailment is.
There was a time the president said that he went for the ENT, ear infection treatment.
You should have told us where he was going this time.
This time around.
What is the ailment that is making him go abroad for this treatment? Then he should tell us the treatment. Why is he still waiting behind? What sort of tests are being done? How far has he progressed? What is his present condition?
Legally speaking, has he done anything wrong?
No. Yeah, well, when you say wrong, that is a matter of morality. But in terms of constitutionality, in terms of what is expected of a president, the American president, if he's going to go into hospital for 1 minute, the American people will know what is wrong with him. They will tell the American people exactly what his ailment is.
But this is Nigeria, Senator.
But
our laws seem to be different.
No, it's not. Our constitution is not different in this regard. This is not a matter of law, it's a matter of constitutionality. It's a matter of constitutionality. Because now, it is a matter of interpretation whether he has been incapacitated or not. If a man has not been able to perform his office for almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is he incapacitated? Our constitution deals with when the president is incapacitated. Can we say he's incapacitated for now? Because he's not able to function as a president?
About Senator Okoromo, would you advise maybe that the president should give some form of video address so people can see his face from wherever he is?
No, it doesn't even have to do that. It is just his handlers that have to do it correctly. Oh, the president is going abroad for medical treatment. He's suffering from such and such an ailment. He needs such and such a procedure. That would be enough to assure that this is what is wrong with the president. The president is now responding very well to treatment. Maybe he's having some tests on his chest, or having some tests on his blood, and things like that, depending on the kind of ailment that he's suffering from, and that the prognosis is very good. We need to be reassured, from the report from the hospital itself.
Because there were pictures emerging from the president's living room in London, which a lot of people have even doubted. I mean, some people will say, isn't that enough? We've seen some governors who visited him. We've seen his wife visited him. We've seen some pictures emerging from him watching television. Are those not enough to convince any Nigerian that the president is ill?
They are not enough. In the case of a president, they are not enough. In the case of a president, you need medical bulletins from his doctors. Medical bulletins from his doctors is what you will require if the UK Prime Minister is ill in the hospital, if the US President is ill in the hospital. You need periodic medical bulletins telling us exactly the state of the President's health, how far his treatment has gone, how he is responding.
Okay, another matter that is of national interest is the controversy surrounding the appointment of Justice Walter Onogen as a substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. He may have been put to rest now as the presidency forwarded his name for confirmation by the Senate. The confirmation alert is contained in the tweet from the presidency's Twitter handle saying, Honorable Justice Walter S. Onogen's name has been sent to the Senate for confirmation as the next CJN, if confirmed by the upper legislative chamber Justice Onagen will be the first CGN from the southern part of the country in about 30 years. His nomination is coming 3 months after he was first appointed to the position in acting capacity by President Muhammadu Buhari. Well, the delay by the president in forwarding his name to the Senate has been trailed by criticism and condemnation, with some alleging ethnic bias as a reason for the president's seeming reluctance. Senator Okunromu, what do you think could have been responsible for the delay in the submission of Justice Onagen's name to the Senate?
I think the delay is worrying, and it's very worrisome. As you have said, I think the last 5 or 6 chief justices have all been from the north. This will be the first chief justice from the south in a long time. And why the delay? In fact, until the president or his men tell us why this particular delay, why the foot dragging? Why were they
3 months?
For 3 months. Why were they dragging their feet to even forward this name to the Senate for confirmation? So if people suspect some kind of ethnic bias, they have a right to suspect.
Okay, but we take a moment now.
Endorsed and nominated Abacha as their candidate. So for an election, 5 parties, 1 candidate. Now, after that, we waited it. As I always said, if anybody had been the one who came to Abacha and took his life, he wouldn't allow the rest of us to rest. You see, I have done it for you. But God did it. God did it.
So the outlook is
even this one that we are in, God will do it. Whether you like it or I like it, whether you don't like it or I don't like it, God will do it for Nigeria.
Okay.
I always say God is a Nigerian. Look at what we have gone through.
Thank you.
And look at how we have emerged successfully out of it. We will emerge out of this, and Nigeria will go up.
I'm now going to the reception, and I'm going to make inquiries if he's actually in this hospital. Here, their system is very good. They don't hide anything. They have in their system every name of people that comes to visit to the hospital here on their system, on their computer system.
Thank you so much for your help. Thank you, darling.
I'm just going to the reception and I'm going to ask now.
Hi there. Yeah, I'm here to ask of someone.
A patient?
Yeah, a patient.
I'm afraid you have to just get my computer.
Oh, okay.
My colleague is free, then you can ask.
Oh, okay, okay, thank you.
This is where you need to go now. Oh, okay.
Morning, darling. I am here to make inquiries about someone here.
Okay.
Yeah.
When were they brought into hospital?
Well, I heard about 2 days ago.
Okay, so they should be on my system. Do you know their surname?
Buhari.
How do you spell that?
B-U.
Let me get to B. Yeah, B-U.
H-A-R-I. B-U-H-A-R-I.
And the first name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed, yeah?
Yeah.
The main building and go to the 3rd building along Festival.
Does he live on Hanover Park?
Well, he came from Nigeria.
There is a reception
Do you know when he was born?
17th of December, 1942.
No, this isn't him.
So when you go inside that building,
No,
on your right you have the post. So if you look in front of it, there's a
He's not coming up on the system. Not to say he's not here, but he's not coming up on the system at the moment.
X-ray, yeah, just left and right.
Maybe A&E haven't updated their system yet. What you need to do, come out this building and take a right.
Yeah.
Go onto the main road.
Accident and...
Yeah. You speak to them, they'll be able to let you know where he's been admitted to. Because they haven't updated
I
the
was there
system
yesterday.
yet.
They said he's not. Maybe he's not here.
I said, if you're here, try again and see. Because maybe...
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe, what, do you think he might be at another hospital?
Well, they said King's Hospital. Is this not
Yeah,
King's?
this is King's. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Speak to them again.
Okay, okay. Thank you, darling. Cheers. Cheers. Well, they just said it's not on their system here. They asked me to talk to the A&E department. I was there yesterday evening, and I think the whole of the news is fake. It's not true. We are still in search of President Muhammadu Buhari. Why we are doing this is just to dispel the fake news that the president is dead. I am sure President Buhari is not dead. He is alive. I'm just walking out of the hospital compound, and wherever he is, I wish him good health. My name is Ajay Yinka Akewande. Bye now.